Hello all. In this video I wanted to talk about specific steps that you will take once you have realized that you have more on your plate than you can chew. Okay, so step number one is identify your boss's pattern when it comes to work allocation. I have worked with managers who have a fair enough or good enough understanding of the amount of effort or hours the work will take, and they allocate work on that basis. And I have worked with managers who have no sense of how much work the task is going to take. Okay, and when it was allocated to me, I assumed that all bosses have that sense of work allocation. But in my case, it was allocated to me because I was a good performer, and the boss thought that if the work is allocated to me, they don't have to worry about it. So they dumped work on me until it started affecting my health. Okay, so this information about your boss's work allocation pattern you will get from your peers within department or other departments who have experience working with your boss. Okay, that will give you a fair enough understanding, and that will help you verify whether you actually have more on your plate than you can chew. You can take a judgment call based on that. Second, it is clear to you that you are overworked or you have more on your plate. So for all the tasks that you have, you should have a minimum, maximum and average amount of effort that the task is going to take. Okay, now that becomes your data point. We don't want to be accurate, okay, 100%, but a fairly good enough estimation should be there. Once that is done, you need to communicate the same to your boss. Okay, so set up a meeting with your boss and tell your boss that this is the situation. And when you go to your boss with a problem, you also go with a solution. So you can provide recommendations like you will have an intern do the work or someone else in the team do the work. You will provide the direction. Option 2 is, out of all the activities or tasks that you have, is there something that could be delayed, right? So that you can focus on important tasks based on your capacity. Now sometimes when a task is allocated to you and an estimated time of arrival is being asked for, it is very much okay to tell your boss that you thank your boss for the opportunity and tell your boss that you will look at the task and do a judgment on how much time the task will take to complete, and tell your boss that you will get back to him with the effort estimate or estimated time of arrival within a day or two. It is very much okay for you to say that. Okay, now I have seen people who have had this conversation with managers and it turned out really well. Okay, people have gotten additional support to do the work, or in some cases the priorities of tasks were changed to match the capacity. But you need to have this data driven constructive discussion with your boss. In some cases the bosses or your manager might not listen to what you are saying and they will just want to dump work on you. That is a signal that you have to move on, because if you are overworked continuously it is not sustainable. It will affect your health, and that is the time you need to take a decision to move on. I was a victim of this once upon a time. Work was dumped upon me because I was performing well, and it just went into a spiral. Since I was performing well, work was dumped upon me, and I realized that I need to have conversation with my manager. It did not work out because the organization was struggling with attrition and resources, and they were not doing anything about it since past 1-2 years. Okay, so no wonder attrition had to happen, and so I decided to leave that organization. In other organization, my bosses acknowledged that I have much more on my plate than the capacity that I have, and we reshuffled the timelines, prioritize things. Okay, so speak up and do it constructively. Thanks.